Thanks for downloading another segment from the Best of the Classic Metal Show. The Classic Metal Show is heard live on Saturdays from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern, exclusively at www.theclassicmetalshow.com. And now here's another piece of Classic Metal Show history on the Best of the Classic Metal Show.
The Classic Metal Show.
Hey, you want to call Scott real quick to make sure he's alive?
Yeah, we can do that. Sure, why not?
Why not? Let me give you his number.
Seemed like everybody in the chat room kind of dug the Nader interview.
Oh, Nader was good, man.
Yeah, he's always good.
Yeah. Give our buddy Scott Clark a call. Hey, buddy, just want to make sure the cow didn't land on your head. For those of you that don't know, Scott Clark is who Neely's ringing up on the phone now, is our program director out in Enid, Oklahoma, who has been besieged with tornadoes tonight. So I'm going to get Scott on the phone and see what's going on. Maybe.
Hey, this is Scott.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy. What's up?
Hey, Scott, you're live on the Classic Metal Show.
What a surprise.
Well, Chris was a little concerned about you, being that you had some twisters touched down around the Enid area, and we wanted to make sure that you were safe and sound, and as Chris put it, the cow didn't land on your head.
Right. The cow did not land on my head. Thank God for that. But I tell you what, it's been a crazy day around Rocket Land here.
Rocket Land.
Yeah.
What, do you live in Huntsville, Alabama?
That would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah. You'd be closer to Muscle Shoals.
We just went through, a crazy day. I talked with you earlier today, Chris.
Right.
And that's about the time it started.
Right. Well, it's right about the time I was leaving Enid to come down here to do this show, but what happened, dude? Just a big cloud came in and just started wiping you guys out with tornadoes, or what?
Yeah, it was really strange, because tornadoes normally come from the southwest and go to the north and travel to the northeast. And all of a sudden, the two fronts collided right over Enid, Oklahoma,
right.
And it just stayed all day long. And we lost count of how many tornadoes actually came down out of the sky. It was absolutely amazing, and they were going in all different directions, and we would get an all clear, and then all of a sudden, here would come another one that would pop up, and there was one that was almost 2 miles wide.
Wow.
I think it has set some sort of record, and it stayed stationary for over 27 minutes in the same place.
Wow, must have dug a deep hole.
It dug a huge deep hole.
Nice.
And it's just been a crazy day. It was so hard to keep up with it that we joined forces with a local AM station for weather coverage. We
Right.
couldn't handle it all ourselves. And I know that I heard you talking earlier. On my way home, I was listening on my Wi-Fi on my computer in the car.
Okay.
And you were talking about some of the listeners were having trouble with buffering and everything. Well, I don't doubt that.
Right.
You had a ton of listeners today.
How many did we have? About 500,000 or so?
During that time, I believe it was over 100,000 unique IP addresses.
Look at that, 100,000 listeners.
Yeah.
So Scott, we've delivered you, 3 shows now? 2 shows?
3.
3 shows.
3.
So
Yeah.
what's the reaction to the Classic Metal Show?
Oh, it's been amazing. I mean, it's been wonderful. It's a great show. It was like we talked earlier today. We call our station a classic rock station, but it's really a classic metal station.
Okay.
Right.
It just kind of blows me away that you know, whenever I think of metal, I think of Anthrax and Donkin and you know, oh God, Metallica and all that.
Right. Sure. Well, you know, Scott, I mean, not everybody plays a lot of Donkin, but, you know, some people do, and, you know, we clearly like Donkin a lot. So, you know, by all means, you know, if you want to mix it into regular rotation, it'll just help our show grow.
Yeah, they got that great new CD out there. I'm sure they'd love the airplay.
Oh, I'm sure they would. I'm sure they will get it.
Excellent. Well, we'll send you a copy.
Okay. Yeah, I'd love
We can
that.
hook you up,
That
man.
would be great.
We got connections with Donkin, man.
Cool.
Well,
I love it.
Well, we're glad to be a part of the rocket over there, Scott. How did you like our little impromptu rocket noise on our show today?
I thought it was kind of hilarious myself. It kind of sounds like a fart.
I don't know what you're eating there, buddy.
It's been a long day. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's really been a long day.
If you have to hide in the root cellar all afternoon, it sure can be a long day.
Unfortunately, I didn't hide in a root cellar, though. I was on the 13th floor of a tall building, and we were having to watch everything out the window.
Right. Well, Scott, did you have your belt hooked to the water pipes to make sure you didn't blow away?
Actually, to the radiator. Actually, to the radiator. I could have used, some sort of bag or something there because I peed myself a couple of times on things I saw. You know, a catheter would have helped today.
Oh, shit.
But, you know, the Classic Metal Show is doing good. I mean, it's great. Yeah, you guys cuss on the internet, but I think you ought to cuss on the terrestrial radio too, and we ought to just beep it out.
That gets annoying after a while.
Yeah. But it's a great show, and it's going over good. And we're gonna make sure that we have plenty of bandwidth, so nobody has any more buffering problems.
Excellent. Right. Excellent.
You know, and I didn't catch. I haven't caught all the show tonight. Running back and forth, and I mean, we're still under a tornado warning now.
Man.
And it's almost 11 o'clock at night here Central Time, and that's very unusual for tornadoes, to occur during the nighttime hours. They normally occur between 3 and 6 p.m. during the warmest part of the day, as the convection from the sun and the earth, form a heat barrier.
Right.
With cold front. That's what causes the whole thing. And here it is now, 70 some odd degrees outside, and we're still having tornadoes. We had hail that was 3 inches big.
Wow.
That's the size of a softball.
Yeah.
Right.
Can you imagine a cow getting hit in the head with that? God.
So Scott, do you and your team have the pickup loaded with Dorothy, ready to map things out, drive into it and stuff?
Well, actually, we don't have a Dorothy, but we do have some equipment for that kind of stuff.
Oh, I'll bet.
Yeah, we actually do. The National Severe Storms Weather Lab from NOAA is headquartered out of Norman, Oklahoma.
Really?
Because this is Tornado Alley.
Right.
And I did see Dorothy, the real one, today.
Wow.
I saw the real thing. The actual truck that chases these things. And this poor guy didn't know where the hell to go.
Right.
Because they were popping up everywhere.
Well, you should have just told him to follow the finger of God.
Yeah, I know. It was the wrath of God, Like I think you wrote somewhere on there it was the finger of God coming down and whacking us. But it was totally my fault because I washed the station van this morning.
Nice.
If I'd left the thing dirty, it wouldn't have happened.
That's right.
It was just a crazy day, and all of this was taking place while your show was playing on the air. But I tell you what, I did not do. I did not break in on your show.
Of course not. Why would you?
Nah, with what was going on, they needed to hear what you were saying, especially that part about being pissed off about your graduation you went to.
Oh boy, did you enjoy that, Scott?
Yes, I did.
And he kept it clean too.
Yeah, it was a little difficult to listen to the show and try to do what we were doing on watching the weather at the same time, but I did do it.
Excellent.
I listened as much as I could.
Okay.
Thank God I have it on tape so I can replay it tomorrow.
Right.
You know, we talked earlier today, and I told you I don't listen to the shows whenever you download them to me.
Right.
I just, catch the ins and outs because it kind of spoils the show for me.
Right. I don't listen to this show until when it's rebroadcast.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Well,
but I have
Scott.
to re-listen to the show.
Right. Well, Scott, before we let you go, man, we got to without giving out a bunch of details. We're kind of teasing it on the show a little bit, but rumor has it that you're going to get us into a bunch of cities. Does that sound about right?
Yes, that sounds about right. I think I've got you into Berkeley.
Ooh.
I think I've got you into Houston. I think I've got you into, believe it or not, Nashville.
Nice.
Gainesville, Florida, Fort Lauderdale, possibly New York City. That's where they make salsa.
New York City?
Yeah. Get a rope.
Well, you know what, Scott? Those cities all sound nice, but and this is in all seriousness, we have one city above all that we want to get into, and that is Norman, Oklahoma. And that's no lie. Can you make that happen for us?
I'm pretty sure I can. I've got a good friend down in Norman that works at KGOU FM.
Okay.
It's a public radio station.
That's okay.
And I think I can get you on down there.
That's excellent because once we get on KGOU, they'll be changing their call letters to KG Fuck You.
Oh, yeah, that'll go over like a lead balloon in a tornado, won't it? Yeah. We're gonna syndicate you.
Okay, excellent.
We're gonna get you on the Pacifica Radio Network.
Excellent.
And get the word out to all the 126 affiliates throughout the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, maybe even Radio Laura in Switzerland, who's an affiliate, and there's a station in Australia. And I know you've got some internet listeners from Australia.
Yeah, they love us over there.
Yeah, they do. Well, everything that I've gotten, even on MySpace page, says thanks for, putting the Classic Metal Show on terrestrial radio. And I hate that word, terrestrial radio. Let's call it regular radio, okay?
Regular radio.
Yeah, terrestrial radio. I mean, it sounds like you have to have a college degree to understand what that means.
Right, or as our friend the Rev in Norman would say, celestial radio.
Celestial radio? I like that, too. That's good. That is really good. But the Classic Metal Show is doing good here,
Good.
I haven't had one complaint against it. All I've had is nothing but compliments, and thanks for bringing the show to Boogie Town, Oklahoma.
And we heard you actually gained a customer from it.
That's right. Yeah, we actually did. One customer that I had been pursuing for about 5 years. Turns out, he's a classic metal freak, and he heard the show.
Right.
And heard you make a reference to his establishment.
Well, now that I'm an Enid resident, why wouldn't I talk about the local places?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. And you know, people are wanting to come up and meet you and everything, but I tell them the building's closed on Saturdays, folks. You cannot get upstairs and meet Chris and Neeley.
All right.
It just ain't going to happen.
Well, we had a caller from Maryland, 11-year-old caller that wants a autographed photo of us.
Oh yeah, you tried to get that kid to say, "Well, I want to fuck my mommy" or something. Isn't that what it was?
No,
Is that what I heard?
It was close, but not quite. We were either going to say "fuck you, pal" or "I love my mom, but your mom showed me a more fun time."
Yeah, you know, there's something about that. I think I can use that on the radio. So do I have permission?
Sure.
We'll send it right over tomorrow, Scott.
Get that right out, huh? Yeah. You know, I got a 13-year-old. Well, he's going to be 14 in just a few more days. Kid that picked up a guitar less than a year ago.
Yeah.
And he is like a classic metal god on the guitar.
Wow.
Oh yeah, he's coming in here going, "You want me to come out here and play for him?"
Oh yeah, bring him on.
I'll just walk back there. I'll hold the phone up, and you can hear one of his quick tunes. How about that?
All right, tell him to tear it up. Tell him to play some
We're going to
Donkin.
go back there right now and do it. I'm heading
All right,
back to his room. He's all thrilled. His name's Brian.
All right, Brian, rip it up.
All right, he's getting the guitar out now.
He's got the amp
Getting
clicked
it
on.
put on his head. Of course, it's chain turned on his Vox amplifier.
A chain.
Here we go. You got that thing going yet?
There we go.
That's good. All right, you're live all over the world. Do it, Brian. Yeah, say classic metal rock.
Classic metal rock.
All right.
Did you get that?
Yeah, Jimmy Page doesn't have anything on him.
No, I tell you what, the kid is awesome.
Dude, he's ready for Black Oak, Arkansas today.
Yeah. Hey, are you all going to come to Rocklahoma?
Well, it's in the planning stages, and we'd love to come down there.
Well, I told you, we're going to have a satellite truck and everything from Atlanta, Georgia that's going to be there, and we're going to be uplinking to the network, and I would love to be able to, uplink your show.
Sure.
Live from Rocklahoma.
That would be great.
That would be great. Either on the network or back to the CMS radio network, or both. I don't give a damn.
Right.
I mean, we'll have a good time.
Absolutely.
We might get in trouble.
Right. Well, Chris and I know probably most of the people that are playing on the bill, so we'd be right at home.
Yeah, who did I hear you talking to earlier that said that they were going to be there?
Armored Saint.
One of the interviews earlier.
Armored Saint.
Yeah.
You big Armored Saint fan?
I'm going to be honest with you.
Okay.
I'm not all that familiar with them.
Right, sounds like you're not at all familiar with them to me.
Well, can I be totally honest with you?
Totally honest.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not.
They're good stuff, though, Scott. We like
they're
them
good,
a lot.
Scott. They're no Donkin, but they're pretty good.
They are. I hope so.
All right, Scott. Well, listen, we're always glad to have you on the show, and we're pleased to be on the Pacifica network, and they're on the Rocket, and we got years and years of good relationships coming up here.
Yeah, but there's only one thing.
What's that?
Every time we talk on the radio, I get a fucking tornado.
Well, that's Chris.
It happened last time, too.
Yeah, it's Chris. I think it's Chris. He's bad luck. He's a bad omen.
Yeah. Next time we won't have that, okay?
Yeah, his middle name is Damien.
Damien?
That's right.
Well, I'm not jumping off the roof with a rope around my neck for him.
All right, Scott. Well, we picked out a tune that we'd, jump out of this little interview with, and we want to dedicate it to you and the people of Oklahoma.
Let me guess. Must be a Van Halen song.
Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah, probably the theme from Twister.
Right.
Play it for me, will you?
Absolutely.
All right. You guys rock on, and thanks for having me on tonight.
Sure, Scott. Anytime.
All right. Take care.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
Very soon. Bye.
All right. See ya. Thanks for checking out the Best of the Classic Metal Show. You can tune into the Classic Metal Show live every Saturday night from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern, exclusively at www.theclassicmetalshow.com.
The Classic Metal Show.